are here at Whispering Palms for honeymoon. Mr. Captain, aka Mr. O, aka Shola Opajoke. How's it going?
speak Igbo.
Igbo language.
Okay. So Iworo speak, what's it called?
Awori.
Awori. based on mat weaving and fish.
Mat weaving and fishing.
Yes, and fishing, yes. That's where the Zambito normally perform whenever they have an occasion. So I'll show you how the Zambito is used like that. So here we have a cutter.
Can we video?
Yes, you can video. That's the goal. We have 5 cutters in Ajibo. So each cutter has their own Zambito they use for entertainment.
Okay.
Maybe they use it for whenever they have occasion, a big event. That's when they use it. They also use it for a security purpose for the community. They normally use this Zambito for in their budget. So they do Ajibo in August. But now it's belong they do the Zambito festival.
Because MTN has not been sponsoring again.
Yes. But every year the community organize it themselves.
Okay. At the end of the year?
Yes, at the end of the year.
What did you call it?
Iroko tree.
So that's the shrine.
Yes.
Where they
When they do the sacrifice, it's once in a year.
is it for Badagry indigenous only?
I think it's this community.
Community, okay.
This is the Badagry Heritage Museum.
This was Lord Lugard's house. Still here,
What is the rumor
standing. So we're here live at the first story building in Nigeria. So it was built in 1845. So we're going in right now. Nigeria's first story building. I like. It's so cute. So has this place ever been renovated? No. Okay. So let's go. Okay. So we're inside Nigeria's first story building, which was built in 1845. Surprisingly, this is untouched, exactly the way it was built. We're right here inside Nigeria's first story building, which was built in 1845.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
This is the house of the missionaries. The reason why we call this house the mission house CMS missionary, the Anglican church called the CMS. So building the story building in 1845. A man who been in charge of the construction of the building in 1845. His name called Reverend C.A. Goldman. Building the story building in 1845. But it was not Goldman that started the foundation of the building in 1842. It was Reverend Harry Townsend. He started the foundation of the building in 1842. In December 17, 1842, Townsend started the foundation of the building. But the building completed in 1845. Now, since 1845, they're now 20 what? 20. This story building is now 175 years old.
Wow.
And then inside of this story building, there's nothing much to be going to see. I'm talking about what are the things that those missionaries use. The only thing that we can also see about this story building, the materials used by those missionaries to build this house. Because like bed and other things, we can chairs and we can see all those things. Because there are some reverend, the African reverend, after those missionaries have left and some people that have been trained under the white living here, most of those things have been taken away by them. So we try to get all those things back, but there are generation of those people. So I think everything has been out. So now here in this room we're seeing the materials. We're seeing these materials called the bond bricks. Because we have been told that they use bond bricks to build this house. Even we can also see it from foundation. That they are not using block, cement, or sand to build this house. They use the bond brick, that's the clay, to build this house. And again, we can see the bond bricks used for the setting from foundation to the lintel since 1842. So that's the materials used. And these materials, not what we're using to building the house then. So because they brought their own materials all the way from England. So company who supplying them the materials called the Sheffield Department, supplying those materials used for the building, including the nails. You can see the nail since 1842. So you can see thickness of the nails since 1842. So we can also see this roofing sheet. This is just 1/4. I want you to just lift it up, sir.
Wow, so heavy.
Compared to the ones we have now.
This one are not heavy. I want you to go and lift the full length. And you're seeing it. Go and lift that full length.
Wow. Woo.
So now I want to go to the middle and lift the one. They didn't write it of it.
So light. Something light.
So you can see those materials and compare it. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that there's nothing much that you basically do, just the materials to use and to build the house. The quality materials. And you can see the hinges. You can come to the front and see the hinges, the big hinges used to mount the doors since 1842. All these materials were all imported from England. So supplied by a company called the Sheffield Department in England, supplying the materials. Now, we have so many rooms that we're going to touch inside of this building. We have 6 bedrooms. And we also have the 2 sitting rooms. Then we have 4 stores inside of this building. But no toilet inside. And no kitchen and no bedroom inside. Discover that the structure of the toilet, it was outside. And the structure of the bedroom, it was outside. And the kitchen, it was outside. Because then they are being told that they are using firewood to cook. They have to do it outside. Then
Inside Nigeria.
Then they are using pit toilet. Then they have to be doing it outside. That is why they have all those things outside. So let's touch the second rooms. So I think we have seen these materials. And this is the, you can see this place is different to the two rooms. So this shows as sitting rooms. This is what sitting rooms. And you can see you have two pillars that hold the building. Then we see the painting of a tree. I don't know, maybe you have also read something about the trees, or you have heard something about the tree. So the story is about this tree called the Agia tree. That's the name of the tree, Agia tree. Some people call it Igiawi or Igilekiliki, or some people also normally call it Veven tree. So we can't even find the tree still standing anymore in Badagry. But thank God, I think it's 3 years ago. There's one good man that planted another tree at that spot. But people have been complaining that why did they leave the story of the tree to die like that? They're supposed to plant another tree at that spot when the tree fell. I think maybe the forefathers then they tried to do that, but I think the story that I heard that the thing is not germinate at that time, so that's the reason why everybody abandoned and they left it and they did something like a tomb there. So now this is tomb they did at that point. So this is something like a tomb they did at the point of that tree. Okay. So and the two reverend missionary that preached under the tree is Reverend Thomas Page Freeman from Western Missionary and is Reverend Eric Townsend from CMA Missionary. Both of them that preach under the tree and celebrated the gospels under the tree. But now they have planted another tree at that spot now. The tree I think is going up in this, so we want to replace the history of the tree. So the tree, according to the history of our elders, they told us that the very tree, it lasted for 350 years.
Before it fell.
Before the tree fell. So now, we are just talking about the tree. And we have not seen people that, those white men under the tree, maybe as their picture of them, how they are preaching, or how they celebrated the Christmas. With people in Badagry, there's no picture to show us at that time. But they're showing us pictures around the 80 years or after the missionary have celebrated Christmas. The one that celebrated in 1923, they're showing us pictures. So the picture they're showing us the picture of those white, some white that sit down. You see some black also sit with those white. But they can, if you look their face very, they are little children, they are kids. So now so Mr. Claus really happened to be the first Western teacher. So the man was appointed a teacher in school. So the man trying to nurse men in school, men that forced the people that started the primary schools, that's going to school, not children at all, and not even women. Because if you read this very well, you can see the room of the first guy in Nigeria, Mr. Claudius Luke, 1845 to 1868, and the name of the first primary school in Nigeria was St. Thomas Primary School, established in 1845 with 40 men. 40 men. So now people are asking today that, asking the curator at the first story that, please, do you know the age of those 40 men? And according to what we read about those missionaries, that the youngest among the men that started in primary school is age 45 years.
45 years, primary school.
So the oldest among the men that started in primary school is age 58 years. And those men before they finished primary school, house is built of sound of African wood, principally of what they call brimstone. It is 10 feet raised from the ground on 26 stout and durable tree called gabi tree, and a species of coconut tree, and on 9 other smaller trees. It is 44 feet in length and 26 feet in breadth and wide. It is estimated to cost 325 pounds. So the man who built the story building, giving us the total amount of the money used and to build this house is 325 pounds. That's a man called Reverend C.A. Goman. So we're going up. This guy.
So we're going up now.
So then that is the store, and that's the store where they kept some other Bibles. So, but this is the Bible they brought from England. That's the Bible they used to celebrate the Christmas. And this is the room of a man called Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowther. And this is a picture of the man. And this is a little story that we bring out from the man. I believe that if you want to do some research, you can also get more histories about the Ajayi. But little one that we put on the board there is talking about that Ajayi is born in Oyo State. Born in a village in Oyo State called Oshogun village in the same government. So that means Ajayi is from Oyo State. Ajayi Fulani slave trader. But when the ship of the Portuguese left Badagry and going to Portugal, the British Navy stopped the ship of those Portuguese in England and they're returning the ship back to Africa. So that means the ship of the Portuguese that left Badagry did not get to Portugal. The ship were returning from England back to Nigeria. So back to Africa. But instead of this ship to land in
Portugal.
To land in Badagry. You know they have returned the ship of
yes.
to land in Badagry or Nigeria. The ship landed those people in Freetown in Sierra Leone. So that's maybe because most of those slaves inside of the ship, they are not, all of them are not from Nigeria. Because they picked those slaves from different coasts. But where they're taking the numbers of the slaves, it was Nigeria. They take the number of the slaves. Because 10,000 of the slaves that left Badagry. So, and Nigeria supply 6,000 slaves. So Nigeria and Benin Republic supply. So other coasts supply about 1,500. So now the ship returned to Freetown in Sierra Leone. So Ajayi worked in Freetown in Sierra Leone, but Ajayi is being worked under the white missionary that having a church in Sierra Leone. So that's Anglican church. So name of the priest from that church, that the priest from the church, his name called Crowther, the man who trained Ajayi. So that's the reason why Ajayi is bearing Crowther's name, because slave have to bear what? His master's name. So the man trained Ajayi, but one other junior reverend under the Crowther baptized Ajayi. That's the man called Reverend John Rabba. He baptized Ajayi and named Ajayi Samuel. So that's two names come from those white missionaries. That's Samuel and what? Crowther. But his name, his biological name is what? Ajayi. So those missionaries building a school.
Excuse me, sir. Do we have a recorded surname for Ajayi before he became Crowther?
At all. Even Ajayi did not even give us in the history, because we tried to do a research very well about Ajayi. Ajayi did not give us any name apart from this name.
Wow.
So now, Townsend. It was Reverend Townsend that brought the first English Bible to Nigeria on the 17th December 1842. Now this Bible they used to celebrate the Christmas in Nigeria in 1842. The Bible is now 180 years old now.
Wow.
So Ajayi was one that used the Bible because he was doing the work of interpreter for this man, Reverend Townsend. He used the Bible of the man to translate what to Yoruba Bible. And this is Yoruba Bible. I owned a Bible called Yoruba. The first Bible printed in London by this company called Lower and Brydon Printer Limited, London, printed Bible 1845. So we want to talking about how Ajayi, or how this man related to Ajayi, is not the son of Ajayi, but the young man worked with Ajayi. Because when Ajayi was ordained as a bishop, so they appoint this man as a chaplain under Ajayi. But this man, he had become in-law to Ajayi before it was ordained as a bishop. Because this young man married to daughter of Ajayi. So name of Ajayi Crowther daughter called Abigail. But name of the young man called Reverend Babington Macaulay. The Abigail, the daughter of Ajayi, was one that gave birth to Abat Macaulay. So Abat Macaulay on one record is a grandson to Ajayi, and that's his father. Babington Macaulay is the father to Abat Macaulay. So we have the pictures of Reverend Thomas Page Freeman, and we have the picture of Reverend Henry Townsend, and we also have the picture of Reverend C.A. Goman. These are two people that first started the Gospels under the tree called Agia Tree. But this is a man who built the story building in 1845. And this the story is about the missionary role in abolition of the slave trade. Because people were talking about that. But we have heard about the slave trade over there. But we also heard about this missionary here. And the same time, how it is very easy for them to be preaching gospel and others are doing what? Slave trade. So what are the role that those missionaries play? So missionaries play the role of abolition of slave trade in Badagry. So the first abolition of slave trade signed by those missionaries and by those elders in the community, like a chief or king then. So they're talking about the Alapa of Alapa. They're talking about the Chief Wawu of Wawu, and they're talking about the Chief Sumbu of Sumbu, and so others like that. So it was man who witnessed. That is the man called Reverend C. A. Goman. And they signed the letter on the 18th March 1852. That's the first abolition of slave trade in Badagry. But it was finally stopped in Badagry in 1888, and slave trade lasted in Badagry for 400 years.
Wow.
So, the last rooms, corridors at first story. We also have others that work at the tour guides. Okay. So then we have some coins money here. Like people donated all these coins and they donated all the note monies too. And we're seeing the money called cowries there. Or we're also seeing some coins money that have O. That's the money called the 1 penny, 1 shilling, 1 pounds. The money called 1 shilling. So this is the money called the 1 penny. This is the money called half penny. So you can see the money called 10 kobo. So all this money, people will donate all this money to us. Although the money is more than this, but generation that we're keeping the money for them. There's one who come here and also take the money too. Schoolmaster house, and they build the boarding house. Everywhere that you see a signboard, they wrote something on it. There's building at that point. But this is where they wrote what? Well. Because this well, when missionary came to Badagry and dug the well served them as drinkable water. But the well that people have been dug in Badagry, the water have what? Color. And the water have what? Taste. Because when you look at Lagos State very well, Lagos are being surrounded with water, and Badagry we are being close to the water called Lagoon and Atlantic Ocean. So the two waters affected every other well water in Badagry. So most of our waters in Badagry, it have color and it have taste. And then most of our well water in Badagry, maybe it's because we don't know the time we're supposed to be doing the borehole or dig a well. So that's the reason why most of the well water are dry. Especially we close to the water. Our well is supposed to be dry.
So they usually dry up?
Yes. In dry season, most of our well water are dry. It's because we doing it in the rainy season that we just want to get the water. So I think when these people dug this well, they dug the well in dry season. That's the reason why the water has never dry since 1842. And when people tourists they come into Badagry, they say that this is the only well water that's clean, and this is the only well water that serves the whole of people that live in this community. People were having the kind of faith that let me take this water at home, let me pray on this water, and I believe that God is going to answer my prayer. Yeah. God is going to do it for me. God is doing it for them because they have faith. They believe in God. Yeah. And I believe that as we're waking up today, it was by the power of the grace of the God.
Yes. So
the people are still using the water, and they name the water the miracle. So thank you very much for coming to Badagry.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for visiting the 4-story building.
Thank you, sir.
I'll love to see you again.